Hello everybody. Um, I've made other videos where I talk about, sorry about my voice, I'm really sick. I've made other videos where I'm talking about the importance of imaging your computer's drives, not just backing up your files, like the whole disk, your system drive, everything. If you got multiple drives, just back it all up so you don't have to do everything. But just some quick tips if you want to make those make those drive those images a little tighter, a little leaner, with less mess. Just two quick tips. First of all, this is a mechanical drive that I use. It's external USB, and because it's really big, it's got 3 terabytes of space on it. I like to put my because I can't afford an external SSD right now. That's big enough, but I got this old mechanical drive. It's external, and I like to put my images to it. But if you use a mechanical drive to save your images to, before you save your image, get in the habit of defragging that guy before you do your image to it. It'll make things go a lot smoother. And if you want your image to be tighter, like you want to clean up a little bit, don't clean up too much when you're backing up stuff. You don't want to go overboard. The whole reason why it's backing up your computer is just in case. You don't want to remove something and then save your backup and then realize, oh, I removed something I didn't want to remove. So don't go too crazy with the cleaning up. But if you're going to do a disk cleanup because you want your image file to be smaller, I recommend, instead of just running disk cleanup, run disk cleanup as administrator. If you run disk cleanup as administrator, it'll show you way more options than if you ran it normally. When you run it as an administrator, it'll show you old Windows installation files, even whole old builds of Windows, like the Windows.old folder, and there's other folders too, like that Panther folder that Windows makes. There's all these weird folders that Windows saves lots of information to. But if you run disk cleanup as administrator, you'll have access to all that stuff that you normally wouldn't see otherwise. And you could shave off at least 10 gigs just by doing that, of stuff you don't need. That's just like sitting there dormant on your storage. And another thing you can do is when you run disk cleanup as administrator, and like I said, you'll have options here. Let me see if it'll even show it here. It might not show it for me because I've already long since deleted it, but it'll show you like old Windows installs, and you would check that in. It would get rid of like if you're on Windows 2004, it would get rid of your 1909 and 1903 builds for you. While those options wouldn't be shown here if you didn't run disk cleanup as administrator. And another thing you can do is use this sage set and sage run commands. So let me see if I can remember I think it's the clean manager, disk cleanup manager. And you can see what options we have here. Let's see if it pulled up anything. I might have typed it in wrong. Hold on. Clean manager. Pretty sure it's the clean manager. Oh, maybe because I have it running already. Hold on. Let's try that. Yeah, because it was running. So what you could do with this is whatever you can run this cleanup. Sorry, I'm all talking all messed up. Run as administrator, like I said. See, it's been a while since I used it because I don't really use this that much. I'm just giving you a tip because it doesn't really come in handy for personal use, but for work, it came in handy. So what you can do is, it's like here, you would do Sage set to set up a profile of stuff that you want to delete. So it would be like clear manager, Sage set, and then you would give it like a value. And you choose what you wanna let me see if this will show me old Windows. Nah, because I already deleted all the old Windows files. But yeah, you check in all the stuff that you want, and then like it says here, you'd run the Sage set command, and then in place of that N, you'd put whatever you want to name it, like, I don't know, delete all, or if you give it a crazy name, it'll be easier to find the registry entry that it builds. But it'll build a registry entry, and that registry entry has a profile of all the items that you have checked in that list of things to delete. And then, like, let's say you named it as Rottweiler delete all. That's a long name. You want to name it that. You just run later, because that would be saved in the registry. All those things you checked in that list, it would save that profile. Then you would type Sage run, and then you do the colon, and you type Rottweiler delete all, and it would look for that profile, and it would delete all those items. And like I said, that's when you're at home and you're just doing it yourself. It's fine to. Oh, see, I don't think I ran that as an administrator. Oh well, this. Let me make sure. Basically, just make sure you run it as an administrator. Just make sure you run an administrator so you get all the extra options. But or you could run command prompt as an administrator and then do all the Sage stuff inside here, and it'll be fine. But long story short, Sage set will let you save a profile, and Sage run will let you run a profile. And you don't need to do that for home use. But like at one of my jobs, my boss, we were updating all the Windows 10 computers, and he wanted all the old versions of Windows 10s wiped from our drives. I don't know why, because they're just sitting there dormant, and there was like huge amounts of space left. These workstations, they were not writing files to these workstations, so and they were eventually going to get wiped anyway. So I don't know why he wanted, but when your boss says to do something, sometimes you just do it. And Sage run and Sage set is a fast way to accomplish that. So anyway, yeah, I worded that pretty poorly, but I hope it makes sense to somebody. You can look it up on the internet as well. Use Sage set and Sage run, but really you don't need to for home use. Just run this cleanup manager as a administrator, and you'll have way more options than you've ever noticed, and you'll be able to delete a lot more garbage that's sitting there doing nothing. Thanks.